The fluorescent lights of Anderson's Market buzzed overhead as Maya Torres restocked the cereal aisle, 29 years old with dark hair pulled into a neat bun. She wore the store uniform with pride white shirt with red trim black pants, a name tag that read Maya. She had worked here for 6 years, assistant manager now. Responsible, reliable. The kind of employee every store needed. Maya was adjusting a display when she heard a child crying. Not the usual tantrum cry, but a sound of genuine distress over stimulation. Fear. Maya recognized it immediately. Her younger brother had autism. She knew that sound. She turned to see a little girl in the middle of the aisle. Maybe 6 years old with brown hair in braids, she wore a blue denim dress and held a stuffed fox. But she was covering. Her ears, crying rocking slightly, people walked past. Some stared. Others looked away. No one stopped. Maya did not hesitate. She knelt in front of the child. Not too close, giving her space. "Hi, sweetheart," Maya said softly. "My name is Maya. The lights are too bright." "Aren't they?" The little girl nodded, still covering her ears. "And it is too loud," Maya continued. The girl nodded again. Maya looked around, saw the manager approaching with an irritated expression. "Torres, get back to work," he snapped. "This child needs help." Maya said, "Find her parents," the manager said. "Get her out of the aisle." "She is overwhelmed," Maya replied. "I am helping her calm down." "You are creating a scene," the manager said. "Get up now." Maya looked at the frightened child, then at her manager, made her choice. No. The manager's face reddened. "What did you say?" "I said no," Maya repeated. "This little girl needs someone right now. I am not leaving her." "Then you are fired," the manager said. "Leave your name tag and go." Maya felt her stomach drop. This job was her livelihood, her security, but looking at the terrified child, she knew she had made the right choice. "Okay," Maya said quietly. She turned back to the little girl. "Sweetheart, can I take you somewhere quieter?" The girl nodded. Maya gently guided her toward the break room, away from the bright lights, away from the noise. Once inside, Maya dimmed the lights. The little girl's crying began to subside. "What is your name?" Maya asked softly. The girl did not answer, but she held up the stuffed fox. "Is that your friend?" A small nod. "Does your friend have a name?" The girl whispered something. "Cooper." Maya repeated. "That is a wonderful name." They sat together for several minutes. Maya did not push, did not demand, just offered calm presence. Finally, the little girl spoke, too loud. "I know, honey," Maya said. "The store is very loud. Where is your dad?" Before the girl could answer, the door burst open. A man rushed in, tall with dark hair and wearing a navy suit. His face was pale with fear. "Sophie," he gasped. The little girl looked up. "Daddy." The man dropped to his knees and gathered his daughter into his arms. "Thank God," he whispered. "I turned around and you were gone. I am so sorry, baby." He looked at Maya. "Thank you." "She was overwhelmed," Maya explained. "Have a brother with autism." I recognized the signs. The man's eyes filled with tears. Most people do not understand. They stare or avoid her. "But you helped?" "Of course," Maya said. "She needed someone." The man stood still, holding. "Sophie." "I am Benjamin." "Palmer," he said. "This is my daughter, Sophie." Maya recognized the name. Benjamin Palmer, CEO of Palmer Technologies. One of the wealthiest men in the state. "I saw what happened," Benjamin said. "I was looking for Sophie when I heard your manager fire you." Maya felt her face flush. "It is okay." "No, it is not," Benjamin said firmly. "You lost your job because you helped my daughter. I made a choice." Maya said, "The right choice." Benjamin looked at her for a long moment. "Wait here." He carried Sophie back into the store. Maya heard raised voices. Then Benjamin returned. "Your manager has been overruled by the store owner," he said, "who happens to be a friend of mine. You have your job back." And your manager has been demoted. Maya stared. You did not have to do that. Yes, I did, Benjamin said. You were fired for showing compassion. That is unacceptable. He hesitated. Can I ask you something? Of course. Would you consider a different job? What kind of job? Working with Sophie, Benjamin said. As her companion, someone who understands her, who can help her navigate situations like this. Maya looked at Sophie. The little girl was calmer now, playing with Cooper. I do not have formal training. You have something more valuable, Benjamin said. You have compassion and understanding. You saw my daughter in distress and you helped, without hesitation. Without caring about consequences, that is what she needs. Maya thought about her brother, about how hard it had been for him, about how a few understanding people had changed his life. Yes, she said, I would love to help. Over the following months, Maya became essential to the Palmer household. She worked with Sophie daily, creating routines, teaching coping strategies, helping her navigate a world not built for her. Benjamin watched his daughter transform, saw her confidence grow, saw her smile more, laugh more, engage with life. One evening after Sophie was asleep, Benjamin found Maya in the study. Can I tell you something? He asked. Of course, Sophie's mother. Left 2 years ago? Benjamin said. She said she could not handle having a child with special needs, that it was too hard. His voice was thick with emotion. I have been doing this alone, trying to be enough, but I did not know how to help her the way she needed. He looked at Maya. Then I turned around in a store and she was gone. I panicked. I thought I had lost her, but I found her with you. Safe. Understood. You gave my daughter something I did not know how to give. What? Acceptance. Benjamin said, you did not see her autism as a problem to fix. You saw her as a person who needed help in that moment. Maya felt tears. She is remarkable. Yes, Benjamin agreed. And you see that? He took her hand. I am falling in love with you, Maya. With your kindness. With the way you love my daughter. With who you are, Maya's heart raced. I love you too. I have for months. They married a year later. Small ceremony in their home. Sophie was the flower girl. She wore a blue dress and carried Cooper at the reception. Benjamin gave a toast. 18 months ago, I lost my daughter in a grocery store, he said. It was every parent's nightmare. But when I found her, she was with an angel. He looked at Maya, a store clerk who had been fired minutes before, for refusing to abandon my scared child, who chose compassion over her job security, who sat with Sophie in the quiet and helped her feel safe. His voice broke. Maya, you lost your job that day, but you gave me something far more valuable. You showed me what unconditional kindness looks like. You taught Sophie that she is worthy of patience and understanding. You became the mother she needed. He raised his glass to my wife, who was willing to lose everything to help a stranger's child, who showed me that the measure of a person is what they do when it costs them something. Maya stood and hugged him. Later, when guests had left, Maya tucked Sophie into bed, Miss Maya. Sophie said, she still sometimes called her that. Yes, sweetheart, that. Day in the store. When the lights were too bright, I remember. You stayed with me, Sophie said. When everyone else walked away, you stayed. Maya felt tears. I will always stay. Promise, promise. Sophie smiled and closed her eyes, holding Cooper safe. Loved understood years. Later, people would ask Benjamin about his wife, about how they met. He would smile and say, she was fired for helping my daughter. Best firing that ever happened, because sometimes doing the right thing costs everything. Sometimes choosing compassion over security leads to something better, and sometimes the person who loses their job for helping your child becomes the person you cannot imagine living without. If this story moved you, please like and share it with someone who believes in choosing kindness even when it costs something. Subscribe for more stories about compassion and understanding. Comment and tell us about a time when you or someone you know did the right thing despite the consequences. Your story might inspire someone to choose people over protocol today.